Hi everyone, this is UKManicLoomer and I'm back again with one of Dreamin.Out.Loud's newest designs. It's called the Sweetland Bracelet, and let me just pull up her Instagram page. So there is her Instagram page, and these are two of her renditions that she's done recently. If you aren't following Dreamin.Out.Loud on Instagram, please do so. The details will be below in the description box, along with my details as well. I'd like to show you a rendition that I did earlier. I'll just keep it there for you so it stays in focus. And of course I have used the Rainbow Loom official Sweet collection to make this band. Right, without further ado, let's get on with this. Now this is 4 looms in total, and it's 6 pins wide by 2 looms length, and we're going to set it up as the following. So you're going from your first pin bar, you're going to go diagonally down to your second pin bar, diagonally up to your third pin bar, same level on your fourth pin bar, diagonally down on your fifth pin bar, and diagonally up on your sixth pin bar. Okay, this one has a lot of bands to it and it will have a lot of tension towards the end, so I would recommend that you go ahead and get it all braced up properly, and then when you're ready, continue with this video. Okay, so hopefully your loom now looks like mine, and so we'll get on with the borders. This is the rendition I did earlier, and we'll be starting off with the red border there, followed by this white border that wraps around the red. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start off by putting our bands that we will pull through and seal with a C-clip on between the third pin bar and the fourth pin bar. Then we'll go from the third pin bar to the second pin bar, like so, and then the second to the first, and that's where we stop for the moment with the red border. Then we go back to the fourth pin bar and we're going to bring it over to the fifth pin bar, like so, and then try and do it without getting too much in your way, and then the fifth to the sixth pin bar, just like that. Okay, next we're going to be doing the zigzag part. So again, this is my white section, and I'm going to be using sweet white again. So we're going to start off on that first pin bar, first peg. We're going to go zigzag to the right, so a diagonal to the right, and then diagonal back to the first pin bar, diagonal to the second pin bar, diagonal to the third pin bar. So we're going to carry that all the way to the end, and we're going to do the exact same thing on this side. So we're going to go on our sixth pin bar, and we're going to go diagonal to our fifth pin bar, our fifth pin bar to our sixth pin bar, our sixth pin bar to our fifth pin bar, and we'll do one more, our fifth pin bar to our sixth pin bar, like so. Okay, so take that to the end, and with this one we will be going, instead of copying what we did at the beginning with the red bands, we will be going diagonally inwards. So you want to stop on that second peg from the end with the zigzags, and then we're going to go back to our red border and close it off. So stop there. Now what I will say, when measuring the length of this band, I have found it's on a slightly large side, so this wraps around my wrist okay, but it is slightly loose for my liking. I would drop it down maybe 1 peg, possibly 2. I'm going to drop it down 1 peg this time round and see how that fits. So I'm going to stop on the third pin bar from the end, and then when we get back to the red border we'll close it off. Okay, right, go ahead and finish that off and I'll be back in a moment. Okay, so I've done my zigzags all the way to the point I want to go to. I've also started my red border, and this is purely so I could show you how to finish off the end on the camera. So what I'm going to do is just show you the start of it on the left side, and it is really super simple. You're going to go on the 6th pin bar, first peg, and you're just going to go up all the way. Sorry, my hand's going to have to be in the way. Do it that way. All the way to the point where your zigzag finishes. So on this side, I've already done it up to the 3rd peg from the end and where my zigzag has finished. Now what I wanted to show you is that we're going to go in diagonally once we get to this point, and we're just going to do 2 diagonals up to the centre, and then we're going to stop there. We're not going to put a band across here because this will be our cap band when we start to sew all the stitches together. Okay, so go ahead and do both of your bands and finish it off like this, and we'll get on with the next stage. Alright, so I finished off both sides of my red border now, and we're going to move on to 2 single lines, and I just thought I'd show you this rendition here. I don't know if you can quite make it out, but I've got it here in Spearmint Green in the Sweet collection. I'm going to swap that over and I'm going to do it in a Sweet Purple this time. So I just grab my colours, and like I said, it's a super simple straight line all the way up. So we're going to go on the 2nd pin bar, first pin, and we're just going to lay that over the top like so. Try and get my hand out of the way. Okay, not the most clearest band. And then we're also going to be doing it on our 5th pin bar, and we're just going to go all the way up like so. So I'm going to go off camera now. I'm going to get that all done all the way to the top, and we'll move on to our next bit. Okay, so that is my 2 straight lines all the way to the end. Next we're going to be doing diagonals, long diagonals, and for this I'm going to choose the, I think it's Fairy Pastel Blue. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off on our 3rd pin bar, first pin, and we're just going to do a small stretch. You're going to need to push these bands down as you go because this is a very band heavy bracelet, okay? So 3rd pin bar, first pin, and we're going to go small diagonal out to our left, and then we're going to go back on that same pin, 3rd pin bar, first pin, and we're going to do a long stretch out to our left diagonally like so. And then we're just going to continue that all the way up. So we're going to go next pin up, so that's 3rd pin bar, 2nd pin, and we're going to go diagonally and again push those bands down. Next pin up, go long diagonal, next pin up, long diagonal again. No, I'm not using that one. Place that one with the best one. And then you're going to go all the way to the end, and at the end you're going to have a small one again, so do place that one at the end. Just do it on the left side for you. So we're going to go on the 4th pin bar, first peg, and then we're just going to go stretch over, small stretch to the right, and then we're going to go back on that 4th pin bar, first peg, and we're going to do a long stretch to the right this time, and then we're just going to go up each time diagonally long, and then up again, and we're just going to do that all the way to the end, and again it's got another little small one just like this at the end. Okay, so go ahead and do that and we'll move on to our next step. So that's all my long bands done, and I've left the 2 at the end here just to show you what I meant, just in case there's any confusion at all. And that's the 2nd pin from the end on the 3rd pin bar, and on the 4th pin bar, 2nd pin from the end, and we've just stretched it a small diagonal like so. Okay, nice and simple. Next we're going to be doing a load more diagonals, but these are just going to be basic diagonals one stretch over, no long stretching, okay? So what I'm going to use is I'm going to use absolutely delicious pink colour, and we are going to start off on our second pin bar, second pin, and we're just going to stretch it diagonally to the right, okay? Then we're going to go one up, diagonally to the right again, one up and diagonally to the right again. Then we're going to go on our fourth pin bar, we're going on our fifth pin bar, second pin, and we're going to go diagonally to the left, so in towards the centre. Next pin bar up from that pin, up from that, we're going to go diagonally into the centre again, and one more, we're going to go up again and diagonally into the centre. You're going to continue that all the way to the end, and once that's done we'll move on to the next stage. Okay, so that is all my bands done for that section. Next we'll be going between the third and fourth pin bars, which is our centre. Now this has got a few layers on it, so make sure you push down the bands each time. To start with, I am going to be doing I think I'm going to do the sweets red, which I have done here. Now I have done it on this one here, but I don't think it's very noticeable. But there is a sweets red running through that underneath all these star shaped bands. And then there's going to be another line on top, which are going to be my white lines here. But first of all, we're going to go and do those red lines. And it's going to be really simple. It's just going to be 2 straight lines all the way up. So third pin bar, and we're just going to take that up to the end, like so. And then we're going to do our fourth pin bar, and again we're going to take that all the way to the end. So I'm going to jump off camera and put these bands on, and I'll be back in a moment. Right, we're on the next part now, and that's my 2 centre lines all the way down. Now we're going to be doing some X's, and I'm going to alternate in colours. So if I just show you on this rendition here, just be able to see that I've done 3 colours here. I've done the blue, I'll just pull that out a bit for you, blue, green and pink. This one I'll just be doing blue and pink, the same as here. So let me just find where they've gone. Right, there's my pink and there's my blue. So I'm going to start off with blue on this one, and I'm going to start on the third pin bar, first pin, and I'm going to go diagonally right, and then I'm going to get blue again. I'm going to go fourth pin bar, and I'm going to go diagonally left. Pretty sure most people know how to do the X's by now. And then you just continue in that sequence all the way down. So I'm going to go on my third pin bar, second pin, and I'm going to go diagonally right with my pink band, and then fourth pin bar, second pin, and I'm going to go diagonally left with my second pink band, and then I'm going to alternate and bring back the blue, and I'm just going to go diagonally right and diagonally left again, and I'm going to do one more pink, and then I'll jump off and finish it. So we're now on the third pin bar, and we're on 1, 2, 3, 4, fourth pin. We're going to go diagonally right, and then we're on the fourth pin bar, fourth pin, and we're going to go diagonally left. Now there is going to be another layer of rows on the top of this and some bridge bands, so you really have to push those bands down. So I'm going to go ahead and do my X's and push these bands as far as they'll go, and I'll be right back. Okay, so that is the X's all done. Next we're going to be doing those single lines again on top, so the third pin bar and the fourth pin bar, and I am going to choose, I was going to do white but I've changed my mind, and I want to do the sweets purple on the singles. So what we're going to do is third pin bar, first pin, we're going to stretch it out to the second one, second to third, and third to fourth, and all the way down. Like I said, this is a very band heavy, so keep them pushing down. And then we're going to go on the fourth pin bar, first peg, and then we go straight up again, like so. Alright, so it's not very obvious now because we've got a cocktail of pinks and purples here, but I'm hoping you can see that there is another line on top here. Once you've done your 2 straight lines going all the way up, we're going to now put what I like to call it or refer to as the bridge band. If there's an actual name out there, please let me know, but see me, I don't know what names are, it comes in my head and that's where it sticks. Okay, so right, I'm putting my purple bands straight all the way to the end, and then I'm going to put a bridge starting on the third pin bar, fourth pin bar on the second pins, and I'm just going to bring it across. Now on my previous rendition I did it the same colours of the X's. It didn't seem to make a huge amount of difference. So I'm going to pop the white sweet band, tie it in with the white sweet on this side. I'm not sure whether I'm going to be able to see it or not, but this is what I'm going to do this time around. So straight lines first, then the bridge bands on top, and then I'll meet you back when you're finished. Right, so that is all but one of our bands on now, and like I said, this is very heavy banded, especially in these 2 middle bits. But the last band we've got to put on is obviously turn it around, and we're going to put that cap band on. So this is recommended to have a double cap band spread between the third pin bar and the fourth pin bar. So I'm just going to double it on my fingers, spread it onto the third and the fourth like so, and I've used a red to go with my border. Now it's time to stitch it all up. So first of all we're going to be doing those straight lines. So in my case it's that sweet purple, and we're going to go all the way to the end. So I'm going to start with my third pin bar. I'm going to get my first pin, grab that purple straight, go and put it back on itself like so. Then I'm going to go into that white bridge band, grab the next forward and bring it back on itself. Then I'm going to grab the next one by going into the white bridge band and going forward. I'm going to take it all the way to the end. Then I'm going to go back to the fourth pin bar, first pin, and I'm going to go forward on that one. Then I'm going to go inside that bridge band, grab the next forward, and then grab the next forward, back on itself, and I'm going to take that all the way down to the end. So once I've done that, I will be right back. Alright, so that is my single lines gone all the way to the end. Next we're going to go back into that cap band and we're going to start doing up those X's we did. So what we're going to start off with is going into our third pin bar, first pin, and grabbing the bottom X side of it. And we're just going to bring that back on itself and drop the band. Then we're going to go into the fourth pin bar, first pin, go in, grab that band and bring it back on itself. Now for all the other X's, we're going to go for the top band first, which will be on our right hand side, and then the left hand side band, okay? So I'm going to go in, my next band is going to be blue, bring it forward, and on top of itself, go into that band, bring it forwards and back on itself. And again we're going to go for that top band, so it's the right side, and bring it forward and back on itself like so. And then we're going to go into the left side to the right and bring it back on itself. I'll do one more, then I'll go off camera. So we're going to go on that right side first, and we're going to bring it back on itself, and then we're going to go into the left side and we're going to bring that back on itself. So go ahead, finish that all the way to the end, and we'll move on to the next part. Okay, so that is my X's all the way done to the end. Next we're going to go into that bottom straight line. So if you remember, mine was the sweets red. And we're just going to go for a simple straight up, no alterations there. So again, we're going to go into our third pin, pin bar, first pin, and we're going to grab that straight forward and bring it back on itself. Then we're going to go into the second pin and grab that straight forward. Make sure you do just grab that one band. There's an awful lot of bands there now. That's it, and bring it straight forward. And again, straight forward. So take that all the way down to the end on the third pin bar, then you're going to go into your fourth pin bar, first pin, bring it forward, hook your next one, bring it forward, and hook that next, oh no, that's the pink, put that back. Let's see if we can find that red. I have the most difficulty on my left hand side, sorry, my right hand side even. Okay, I'm just not finding that. Let's have another go. Ah, there it is. Right, okay, so move that forward. Sorry, that took such a long time. Okay, so go ahead and do the super simple lines all the way to the end, and hopefully you have better luck than I do, and we'll be moving on to the next stage. Okay, well, I'm ready to move on to my diagonals now, and we're going to start off with the small diagonals, and it's going to be another simple stitch, and it's basically going back on itself. Okay, so third pin bar again, second pin, we're going to grab that small diagonal and bring it back on itself. Then we're going to go into the next one up, grab that diagonal again, bring it back on itself, and we're going to go up, grab that diagonal and bring it back on itself. So really, really simple. Okay, then we're going to go into the fourth pin bar and we're going to grab that one and bring it back on itself, and then we're going to go back into the next one and back on itself, and then again back on itself. Right, so carry on all the way down to the end, and then we'll go on to the next step. Alright, I'm ready to move on to my long diagonals now. So we've got a short diagonal to start with, so we're going to go into the third pin bar, second pin, and we're going to go and grab that small diagonal and just bring that one back to itself like so. Then we're going to go into the pin up from that. We're going to grab that long diagonal, and instead of bringing it back on itself there, we're just going to bring it diagonally across once, and then we're going to do the same with every single one of them. That is a long diagonal. So again, just the diagonal down to the left, grab that long diagonal, just that long diagonal, right, there it is, and then you're just going to bring it down diagonally to the left and hook that over. You're going to do that all the way up your loom, and then again you'll find that short one that is on the opposite end as well. Just loop that back to itself. I'll do this side with you before I go off camera. So we're going to grab that small diagonal and we're going to bring that one just back on itself like so. Then we're going to go up into the next peg, grab that blue. Always have trouble with this side, right. Right, there it is. And then we're just going to bring that a short diagonal to the right. Then we're going to grab the next one. And we're going to bring that short diagonal to the right. And I'll do one more before I come off camera. I'm going to grab that one. And we're going to bring that short diagonal to the right like so, okay? So I'm going to go ahead now and I'm going to finish it off to the end, and then we'll be back for our next stage. Okay, so the next bit is a straight forward followed by a loop over manoeuvre, and I'm going to see if I can do it the best way I can on this camera. I'm going to go into that second pin bar and I'm going to grab my sweet purple, which was the one that was the straight line, and I'm going to bring that forward once like so, and then I'm going to go into the side here and I'm going to grab the bottom two bands between the purple sweets. So in my case that's going to be a blue and a pink band like so, and then I'm going to bring it over and then I'm going to drop it so it sits right here, okay? And then I'm going to go back in, I'm going to grab the next sweets purple, I'm going to bring that forwards, and again I'm going to bring that to the side. I'm going to grab the two bottom ones there, again it's a blue and it's a pink, and then I'm going to bring that over and I'm going to drop it here. Then I'm going to do one more on this side. So we're going to grab that, move it forward, tilt to the side, and make sure we get a blue and a pink here. That's my blue, that's my pink, and then we're going to bring that over and let it sit on the right side of that peg. Okay, so you do that all the way to the end, and then we're going to do it again on this side. So we're on the fifth pin bar and we're going to grab that sweet purple for me, and we're going to move that forward once like so. Then we're going to tilt that to the side. We're going to grab the blue and pink again, the two at the bottom between the two purples, and then we are going to bring that over and drop it like so, and then we're going to bring that forward, tilt to the side again. We're going to get that blue and pink and just the two bottom ones, don't get any more than that. There you go. And we're going to bring that over and we're going to drop it. Okay, I'm going to do one more and then I'm going to go off camera. So we're going to go and grab the next purple sweets and bring that forward like so. Then we're going to bring that to the side. We're going to go underneath, grab those two bottom bands, which is a blue and a pink again, bring it back down, bring the blues over and the pink, and then drop it like that. Make sure this purple straight does not fall off, okay? If it does, get those bands back over, sort out your purple and then bring it back where it was before. Okay, right, I'm going to go off camera and then I'm going to finish off these two rows, and then we've only got the final part, which is these two borders to sew up. Okay, be right back. Right, the end is near. We are now going to do our double border and then it will be time to take it off the loom. So we're going to go into that cap band again and we're going to grab the red border. That's the third pin bar, first pin of the design, and then we're just going to bring it back on itself. Then we're going to go in again and bring it back on itself like so. And now we're going to do a sequence between the straight line and the zigzags. So we're going to go into the straight up border part, the red, and we're going to bring that forward. Then we're going to go back down and we're going to grab the zig and bring it back to itself inwards, and then we're going to go into that one and get the zag and bring it back out like so. Then we're just going to pick up this straight forward again and bring it back on itself, go back down, grab the zig, bring it back on itself, and then grab the zag and bring it back on itself like so. I'll do it one more time on this side with you. So we're going to go into that one, grab that straight forwards, and then we're going to go down, back down. I'm going to grab that band which goes zig inwards, then go into that one, grab the band and zig outwards like so. You're going to take that all the way up to the end and close it off. Then we're going to go back into the left side, sorry, correction, the right side. We're going to grab that band, bring it back on itself, go in, grab that band as well, and then we're going to go forward one, and then we're going to go back on a pin, grab the zig inwards this time, and grab the zag and go outwards like so, and we'll repeat that all the way to the end. So we're going to go forward, back one pin, grab the zig, go inwards, go in that and out on the zag like so. And you're going to do that all the way to the end, and then when you get to the end here, you'll just go, you'll finish off your zag which is going outwards, and then take the red single border and just finish it off up there, back down on itself, and then we'll meet back up to close it off. Okay, be right back. Okay, so that is me finished on my band, and it's just time to close off the end. So I'm going to go in from the first pin bar and just bring it to the right until I get to the middle like so. Then I'm going to go into the right hand side and go to the left, and that just leaves me the tie-up band. So I'm going to go into that and grab that very bottom band, which I have put a red to go with the border, hook that around my finger, go back into this one and grab the other side of it like so, and then you're just going to slot that seat clip into place like that. Now I do check as I go along, but just to double check, I always go into the side of my loom and look down there, and you shouldn't see anything hanging on this design. Okay, so that looks all fine to me. I'm going to release all the sides first. I'm just going to whip these off really quickly. Like so. And then I'm going to do the opposite side. Like so. Okay, and then we just take it off from the end. I just want to take this all off with you, and then I'm going to show you the finished results before I sort out the bands. And then what I'll do is I'll spend some time untwisting and leveling off those bands until I'm happy with it. And instead of coming back onto here, I'm just going to post it onto my Instagram page. So if you'd like to have a look at that, you'll have to pop onto my Instagram page. looking nice so far. I think I prefer this one to my other rendition. This one was done all with 300 count sweet bands from the Rainbow Loom collection. And the other rendition I showed you earlier was done with a mixture of sweets 300 counts and the thinner 600 counts as well. So this one is bulkier and sturdy, and I'm hoping it's now going to fit my wrist a lot better than the other one. So we're nearly there. So I'd just like to give a shout out to the designer again. This bracelet is called the Sweet Land, and it was designed by my good friend Dreamin.Out.Loud. All her details will be in the description box along with mine, so if you'd like to have a look at our accounts and hopefully follow us, that would be fantastic. So right towards the end now, not much longer. Last one now. Okay, so that's off the loom now, and this is what it looks like untwisted. And I just think that's just beautiful. I'm really happy with this one. There's a lot of bands that are going to need to be pulled. Don't just leave your renditions with twisted bands. They could be so much more if you just take the time and pull those bands, get them to sit correctly, and it will just look great. I mean, this is the one obviously I did earlier, and I spent a lot of time doing this one, and as you can see, it sits lovely in the hands, it moves more fluently, and this one is just, it's bunched up and it's distorted. So as soon as that's all done, that will look fabulous as well. And if I just show you what it looks like on my wrist. So again, I dropped it one, and it's just a little bit too loose still for my liking. I think the next rendition I'll do, I'm going to drop it one more, but that does fit without moving, so that's great. So these are my two renditions, and this is the Sweet Land bracelet. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. If you did, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I have some more tutorials up and coming very shortly. From the UK, bye!